going on, y'all? Y'all come. I'm back. Me, myself, now. I mean, holding it down. You know, sometimes it's like anything. You know, you gotta be. Everybody talking about, they use that word hustler. You gotta comment on that. I am Eric Payne. I'm back at you, once again. 20-year Army veteran, Gulf War veteran, right leg amputee, as you can see. Certified Homeland Security investigator. Okay, not working in that capacity. School trained. I know. You know what I'm saying. We took that over. You know what I mean. I know what my duty and responsibilities are as a citizen now. I'm not in any capacity, except being retired from those services, but that I'm an honorable man. I'm a citizen of the United States of America. Proud of this very country that we live in, the free world we call it. We're the most powerful country in the world, second to none. Okay, if you don't believe it, you're in the wrong place. Okay, I would say I'm going to record. You might as well, hey, there's no offense to anyone. If you reside in the confines, in the territories of the United States of America, and you don't believe in democracy, in a free world, and you want to try to change it, use your own rule of law, if you will, because you believe in some right wing, whatever it may be, that you will be identified, it'll be talked about. I'm telling you, I'm going to record right now. Yep, I fought for freedom and democracies around the world, 20 years plus. Okay, and as you can see, if anybody knows that's been around me, I love the United States Army. I love the armed forces. I believe in what we do, defense of freedom and democracy, the free world. If you never serve, it takes a special person, believe me. There's not too many people that say they wore that uniform, okay? So I'm telling you, all armed service veterans out there, past, present, and future, if you pass on your relatives, keep hope, keep it alive, okay? That if you see this video, I'm of sound mind and body. Trust me. It's almost like a joke sometimes when people say that I'm miserable, that I'm lonely, if you will. I'm not even of that, but that I'm actually I'm confident in what I'm doing, who I am. Sometimes people don't do. It's almost like a gauge. People that like to do right, people that believe in what I do and who I am, excuse me, tend to be around me, want to be around me. Okay, and the ones that like to break the law, do whatever they do when it comes to things I don't believe in, alcohol and drugs and stuff like that. Not being nice to children, not being nice, being disrespectful. Just not being cool. You know what I mean? You can be cool. You can be president of the United States and be cool. Shout out to President Obama, the coolest president in the history of the nation. Okay, but doing it professionally, doing it with honor, doing it without compromising his own very integrity as a being of his duty position. He knows his duty responsibilities. He is a certified leader, no doubt, manager, organizer that will take the lead. Not only will he tell the whole world, okay, no, we're going to let these refugees in. He went and took it upon himself to show you, okay, if you were paying attention, okay, that refugees are doggone children. He sat right there among them, okay. And sirs, I thank you once again. It's almost comical because this president of the free world got it right. He got it right. He is a man. He's an everyday people up in the White House, doing it the best way he can under the red tape, if you will, that's there, and invokes his executive powers where need be. And sometimes it's common sense approach to say, hey, it's what's right. As a father, it's almost instinctive of a person to get out and show who you are and just what you believe in. And so, my hats off to you, Mr. President Barack Obama, sir, and your lovely wife, Miss Michelle Obama, and your children, who I'm sure want to do more than they're doing, which is the right thing, but want to get out there even more than they have been. We thank you, sir. I thank you. I am Eric Payne, sir. And on behalf of the veterans of the United States of America and around the world, and our, I'm sorry, I lost for words, and our, the other countries that support us and believe in our freedoms, we salute you, sir. And I hope that, and I know you will maintain what you believe in and do what's right. Take the lead Even if everybody's over here and you're over there, sir, you know that's what leadership is all about. It's not what a person, it's not about what you like. It's not about personal feelings. It's about what's doing what's right. Okay, and I thank you, sir, for taking the position of defending these refugees. But also on that same note, that we pursue some of these people that call themselves Americans, sir, that out here on these different bases, I expect, and I'm not going to entertain them at this very juncture of this statement I made to you, but that we pay attention to the people in our own jurisdiction, okay? Because we all have our ways of wanting to do things that are our position on certain issues, and just to keep from confusing someone what I'm saying, and that is that I believe we quick to sit back and want to dispel these immigrants that come to this country who pretty much help build this country, along with the minorities, if you will. And all of us, we all this country was built on a lot of immigrants, but that don't be quick to think that because someone coming across the border of Mexico that they're drug dealers, if you will. That they're only being labeled, okay, by you may have one person who's among 100, and automatically just assume all 100 are bad, okay. You never stop to think that somebody's children, okay. A lot of these families are desperate coming across these borders. Different borders in Africa, Mexico, coming down around Florida from, I guess, around Haiti, somewhere. I'm not sure. I'm pretty much versed. I'm versed, but not well versed on a lot of these. But don't quick to just automatically assume because someone's coming from another country, Cuba, whatever, that they're bad, okay. And just because have you ever stopped to know that there are murders among ISIS? And guess what? I have been reporting of my own, not my personal, by fact, that something to be checked out because I don't have access to all the resources that could definitely identify them on point. But with my definite experience and professionalism and leadership, okay, I know when someone's nice. I know when someone is racist. I know when someone's discriminative. I know certain statements that are made, okay, against this daggone very country. I know that if a person, okay, that's in the same uniform that defend the same daggone government and world, free world I do, and he put his hands on me and throw my ass around, okay, and I didn't break the law. I was on a stop sign in France, and you're supposed to be enforcing the law, and you're on a military base, and you're being supported by a master sergeant, but that, guess what, then you call it leadership, certain leadership of a post commander, then all the above, and no one's taking responsibility for having you locked up. You're not you're a non-deployable base, okay? I'm sorry, Andrews Air Force Base. You're non-deployable, okay? Period. That is all throughout, okay? And not just by me, okay? You ready for the model? I've identified a problem. I've just developed 2 or 3 courses of action. I've gathered information and made an assessment, okay? I selected a course of action, okay? And I looked at all the information, okay? In and out. By through my experience, personal experience of what happened to me, by way of investigators, by way of law enforcement, knowing that Air Force One is on that base, knowing that there's children on that base, knowing that there are family members who have sons and who have their significant others deployed, okay, that you're responsible for the protection of the home of Air Force One, that you are a leader by way of JAG, colonel, by way of a daggone investigator, security force investigator, that I've interviewed you, that you didn't even know it, okay, but you were sitting back pursuing me, wanting to kick me from that base after no charge, okay, but that you snatched me out of that car the day before, okay, and I'm out there with all the above, okay, the next day to minister, and you sat right there and wanted to spell me, not even taking an impartial position as an investigator, but that I called you in the post, the Inspector General, the Secretary of the Air Force, okay, that something happened on the 30th of September, it's still happening. I'm out there on that very base on every Thursday, okay, where I come and I entertain by way of dance to bring attention to those issues I mentioned, but that I'm out there in the net and I watch, I've experienced from other people, just hear them talking, that all that information, that I made that plan, okay, and I implemented that plan, I executed that plan, and with that action, I determined Andrews Air Force Base that personally happened to me, of the daggone very people that I'm supposed to fight for, is my comrades, okay, of those, and that's not the whole Air Force, of those on Andrews Air Force Base, and okay, no other bases like this, okay, and through the after action, I determined Andrews Air Force Base leadership It's broke. There's no 911 services that can coincide with the mission. The people, the leadership on there is pretty much collaborating, okay, with assaults, bad behavior. And no one is dissemination of information by with the top leadership. I report it accordingly, okay, that you have been deemed ineffective, non-deployable, okay, professionally certified by me, okay, of my own free will, qualified to make that assessment, and only that someone come to investigate that's in position of power by way of the FBI, as well as Homeland Security, Jay Johnson, who got my 30-page package, as well as that phone call by way of, and went down to the Attorney General's, the DOJ and the FBI in D.C. And reported, even to daggone online, as I'm doing right now. It's serious. At the highest security in this very nation, if you sit back and you're not going to look, and you think I'm just sitting back of a personal attack, not personal, never. Total professional, my assessment that Andrews Air Force Base is a threat to all the citizens in Prince William County, which is outside that base, the citizens on that base, their guests within, as well as the daggone the home of Air Force One. If you think I'm sitting back and this is a joke, and you don't get down there because of the racial, no climate, no racial climate, okay? Bro, no force of racial equality, okay? There's a broke situation. Airmen walking their heads down. Young airmen, Air 1Cs or whatever they are, okay, afraid. I'll go to that gate now. It's almost like someone was selling something. They look at me and run, almost. They're scared. They're reporting, I guess. I don't know, okay? But it's a shame because it's not just that. I'm telling you that the report, the dissemination of information, talking to leadership. You have captains that's taking the position of colonels that are not reporting accordingly. You know who you are, Captain. I don't say your name anymore because I don't want you to think it's a personal attack. But you are at that post commander's office, and you know who you are. You never hang up with a non-commissioned officer, retired non-commissioned officer of the United States Army. I told you about the oath of office, sir, okay, that you are under the oath, sir, as well as you, Colonel Jag, okay, you know who you are. You're not nice. Neither one of you are, okay? Command post, staff sergeant, you know who you are, okay? You know who you are, security forces, master sergeants over there. One after the other sergeants, that you're broke, you have no leadership. I wonder if you've gone to school, if you're certified, if you adhere to what you learned. But if you sit back and you're a position of authority, that you have abused your position of power, you have abused your code of conduct, code of ethics, okay? You do not do what your duty responsibilities are, that you right now wrote me 6 doggone tickets, and I hope you see this, okay? Because it's going to be it's being reported, okay? That I have 6 tickets right now. If you're a United States Army, if you're a United States Armed Service veteran, or retiree, okay, and you never paid attention, that you're not under the condition of UCMJ, okay? You're not. You turn over your back of your ID card, which is daggone incompetent daggone security force on Andrews Air Force Base, who decided not even forget about the daggone possible stop sign infraction, okay, that you told my damn car, my car's in impound right now. Been there since November the 12th, okay, it's the 22nd of November, that you charged me all that money knowing I was in a Red Cross condition, I'm a retired veteran, don't even drink, smoke, and do drugs, that you ran my ID card, everything that daggone, right there, 200 yards from the front gate, okay, that you let all these drunks drive right by me, point them out to you, you had to direct the traffic, okay, and you're sitting up there on point, okay, compromising the very security of that base with all about 8 daggone security forces down there, and your daggone investigators that are tell me the cameras are broke, so you couldn't look at the cameras, are lying. If it is, and you got the home of Air Force One out there, that your security person in charge of the whole base should be fired, okay, or locked up. Now, you sit back and you're playing games with people's lives, okay? You don't know what you're doing out there. There's no internal affairs. The Inspector General supposed to be in charge of internal affairs, been reported to back in September, the 30th to be exact date, when I was a guest on that very base in the President's Wing. Now, enough's enough, okay? Enough said on that. And I'm gonna hope that leadership see this, okay, and you act accordingly. If you have Homeland Security, FBI, law enforcement, okay, and special investigators on Andrews Air Force Base, you know who you are. I came to see you outside of the JAG, who JAG don't see anything they're supposed to investigate misconduct of UCMJ, of those doggone security forces. But I will tell you right now, I've always done on unlawful order tickets, a joke on a daggone traffic stop. Guess what? The back of my ID card simply says, "Are you a civilian?" And right below that, it says yes. Well, guess what? Boeing Air Force Base got it right, okay? The security on Andrews Air Force Base needs to be replaced by civilians. Okay, those security forces need to be out in the daggone war zones. They need to be out. They need to be deployed somewhere. Okay, after they train them. If they're non-trainable, okay, and they cannot adhere to the reprimand they should be getting right now, they be sent home. Period. Okay, or forced to retire. You know who you are, Master Sergeants, and there should be an officer on point all the time, not home somewhere on call. Okay, period. Enough said on that, because I'm about to rock this set on this very lovely song. And yep, I'm doing me, myself, and I. It's not a personal attack. I believe in all armed services of the United States of America, the ones that are army serving, fight for freedom and democracy, and special forces. You know, you got to love. It's a new day, you know. I know a new mission. Okay, I hope you got all the resources. I know you got all the resources you need. Okay, but I'm here. You have a friend in Fort Washington, Maryland, and you know who you are. Okay. And I challenge all Medal of Honor winners, you're real heroes like that, okay, that you deserve, that you earn that medal, especially Captain right here at Bethesda, sir. I forget your name, I don't know your name, but I am on point. I was downtown hoping to get this, the opportunity to get, close, okay, but I salute you, sir, and thank you for your service, Captain, that you deserve all the honor for your courage and commitment to serve to the armed services of the United States of America. Thank you for serving this great nation. As you continue to show leadership, sir, and commitment by way of discipline, courage, candid commitment. Okay, I messed it up, y'all. Don't worry about it. I ain't military, but I'm well versed. However, are y'all ready? I want to give a shout out to all the young children out there that's probably watching this video. I'm gonna tell you, if you hear some explicit lyrics, don't even worry about it. You listen to your mom and daddy, okay? And I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're sitting out there and you know right from wrong, and you know, okay, law enforcement, you can do what I'm doing right now, okay? Let's get together with me. If you need some help on public speaking, whatever, you know what I'm saying, doing presentation to a college, high school, elementary school, preschool, okay? In preschool, you can't give them about 5 or 10 minutes. They be ready to start food fighting. But for all officers out there, this army serving, protecting, that all the citizens please follow their commands. If they're doing it, that should not be violated, okay? But that you don't give our country a reason to be other than great. That you do the right thing. Do the right thing. That's all I can say. Here I go. Yeah, me, myself, and I. Gotta do what I gotta do, right? Here we go. I'm gonna rock it.
Wait till
I ain't never tired. Look at my house, you see I got about 10 jobs. I'll be back. Hang in there. We gonna get it right.